Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the AUSNZ Community Podcast. You're in for a really special treat. If you've listened to the last episode, we had some Australian New Zealand players who were giving their options and opinions on the new update and mastery, and we thought we would go international. So we reached out to some past guests to get them back onto the podcast and be able to have their opinion on both mastery and the new update. So welcome back, Cthulhu.
Hello.
Welcome back, Tessa.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Welcome back, Velky. How are you?
Bonjour, hello, how is everybody?
Doing very well.
Very,
doing
very
well.
good. Thank you.
Welcome back, X236.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And I have the I can't even say it. Pete, you announced the next person on the list.
You threw Pete under the bus.
This specific guest is new to the podcast, and a lot of people have been asking for him to come onto the podcast. So, without further ado, welcome Vereshchak.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's a small surprise
Hello.
for everyone, so very excited to be here.
Thank you very much for coming on.
It's not a small one if you want my opinion.
Well, we are very excited to have you on, especially for this really great episode. And we look forward to hearing your opinion on the game and a couple of questions that we've got as well. So, all right, let's kind of get into it. I mean, we are talking about the new update, which was only just updated a second time because of the mastery for the Moonlander, which brought about some other changes, which we really didn't talk about, but we hoped would happen, and they ended up happening. So the mastery for the Moonlander has become a little bit easier. But before we get to that, let's talk quickly about the patch notes for version 1.61. Very briefly, it introduced mastery. We'll talk about mastery, but we've already talked about mastery. So it's introduced mastery, which is another part of the game, which is going to give us some fun for some of the players. There's a new theme called Savannah. There's vehicle chests for all the cup standings when you do a cup. Vehicle-specific vehicle chests for the specific daily tasks, which is really good. They've removed the entry fee ticket for Forest Trials, Intense City, and Raging Winter, but left it for the Moon stage. So, and then obviously they've got various other bug fixes. Considering the level of players we have on, so I'm really looking forward to this. The first question we asked all the Australian New Zealand players was there anything specifically about the update that you actually really liked?
Let's start with Cthulhu.
I'm glad I start with C. I really liked. I'm really excited for the update. I think a lot of people sort of missed the point of the update, and it's endgame. People have been screaming for endgame content for a couple of years. So I think endgame content giving me a reason to play more is awesome. I am particularly pleased that Mastery is making some of these vehicles much more playable. So that's what I'm excited about so far.
Cool. Tessa, what about you?
I like the update too, but not everything, because doing kick and flippings was quite tiring. So I'm taking it very, very slowly, very easy, and I think I only have the first two features unlocked for sports cars. So I'm taking it really slowly, as I told you. And what I liked about the update is the vehicle chase for daily tasks, because I mean I was thinking about that it would be fair to have a chest for a specific vehicle when we were forced to use it in a task.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
removing the special tickets for some maps too. I like it, that new thing.
Yeah, it's got me playing those new maps a lot. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely helped me get a few vehicles with some stars, because I get over adventure quite quickly. So I would do the 4 tickets and then I'd be done. I wouldn't buy more.
Yep. Velky, what about you?
Well, for me, the update is essentially removing a lot of frustration for certain vehicles that are, I would say, not unplayable, but really hard to either master or get through the best strategies for time attacks and world records and adventures.
Yep.
For me, the update hasn't actually begun yet for me because I am looking for the racing truck, which is mastery comes in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
I think it includes the removing of the air drag, general boost, more end control in the air, but I'm not sure about this, and obviously the fourth tuning slot part. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it for the racing truck because
cool.
I just want to destroy everyone in time attack, and maybe it will give me back the will to play adventure again because I have left this mode for a very long time.
Yep.
I thought for sure you would have been looking forward to the tank.
Well, the tank, I mean, for me, the main problem of the tank is its height. It's too high. It's too high. And it's just sometimes unplayable in adventure, and I lost some interest about it. I really prefer to play the racing truck over the tank now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting.
Fair enough. Vereshchak, what about yourself?
Oh, me? Well, in my opinion, this update is awesome. Well, I always wondered what would be if we had a 14 part slot. And now it's became reality. Now we have chance to see if what's truly possible, to see how far people can truly go, I think. And by the way, now we can see that, I don't know if you guys saw, but Qt already did 44K in the city with Moonlander, which is insane.
It's insanity.
Wait, 44 kilometers?
Yeah.
With the Moonlander.
Yes.
Because I saw on the YouTube post that he did 29 kilometers, but 44. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they've broken the record for the moon map to 67 Ks now.
Exactly. Imagine what would be with CCV, for example, or Super Diesel.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
I can't wait to try. So Fingersoft, I think Fingersoft not just did update with 4 parts, they did more. I would say no one expected it.
Yeah. One of the things we didn't talk about last week was, which I really thought we should have, was, let's hope that the Moonlander isn't as big a slog as the sports car was. And I did the Moonlander in, I think, about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's super fast.
Yeah.
Did you complete the mastery, or was that 4 hours per stage?
No, 4 hours for the whole lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was using the moon map. I was playing 15 gems to play the moon map and doing, 5,500 meters on the moon map with some spins and some height and everything else, and getting 2,500, 3,000 star XP points plus the bonus. So it was 5,000 and 6,000 XP points for every 15 gems that I spent, and I'm like, was I concerned about spending the gems? No, because I've got some.
As soon as you unlock that first slot and lower your thrusters to 1, you just stay in the air the entire time. It's it's super fast.
It actually lowers your fuel consumption when thrusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
compared
I
to
was
driving.
actually exploring the map. Instead of just staying at height, I was actually exploring the moon map. So going up in places where I'd never been before, in all the
Yep.
other vehicles. It was really cool. So I really enjoyed the moon map from there on, hence spending another 15 gems to do it again and again. What about you, X236?
I like especially the new track, the Savannah map. The theme is very nice, it's very playable. And I also like the fact we're now getting chests for losing cups, what makes it a completely different strategy how to place chests in the bank and how to unlock them and the timing. This is very nice. I like it. And for the mastery itself, I love it for my main account because now I have something to do. I can do something that makes sense and will improve my gaming experience and also my results. And for that reason, I like it. I love it.
Yep.
It's great.
Cool. No, very cool. Very cool. And Goose, we asked you last week.
Although a question I've actually got about the chests. Now that we're getting chests that appear after every cup race that we run, regardless of which position we finish in, are the chests still going to follow the same order as what they've always followed? I.e., you get your 24-hour chest, you then get your 3-hour.
We had a great time to figure out how the new progression chest is working, and we think we figured it out in the team I'm in and with some external help. And the thing is, when you lose a cup, you will get an orange 3-hour or a gray 6-hour chest according to the progression. But when you are on to a higher chest, like a yellow 8-hour or higher, you will not get it and get an orange instead until you win again.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is what we figured out. I'm not sure if it's correct because Fingersoft decided not to give out any information how it works. So this is only the own experience and the own observations without any warranty.
So you only go through the original cup cycle when you win. Is that right?
No, you go through the cycle. When the next chest you would get when you're winning with the old version would be an orange chest, and with the new version you also get the orange chest when you're losing, and you get one step further in the cycle. So you have lost.
So going by that
So
theory,
it skips.
I'm
skips an
bad at
epic one
explaining
if you
things. I'm so
lose.
sorry.
yeah. So going by that
That's okay.
theory, you're going to come across your gold chest, your 8-hour chest, even if you lose, if it's still going through the same cycle.
When you just got an yellow 8-hour chest, and you have in the cycle 3 more orange chests to go for the next 8-hour chest, and you lose 3 cup races, you go further in the cycle, and the next one you win will be the yellow 8-hour chest. Doesn't matter if you have lost or if you have won the last 3 races. As soon as you get the orange chest, you move forward in the cycle.
So it's the same cycle.
But you stop then when you in this example, when you lose 3 cups and then you lose number 4, number 5, number 6, you will end up only with orange chests until you win the next,
Until
and
you
then
win.
you move forward in the cycle again.
Yep.
Alrighty. So that brings us to the
It's the-
second question. Sorry, JR, Pete, did you want to have your say on what you like about it?
I was going to say that maybe it's the same circle, but with pit stops. With pit stops.
That's
No,
good.
very cool.
I like that idea. Pit stops.
Pit stops. All right. So obviously, some of us have already touched on this, but who has actually done both the supercar and the Moonlander Mastery?
I have.
You have Cthulhu?
Yep.
Velkyrin.
Finished the Moonlander yesterday.
Yep.
Well done.
X236.
I got my sports car mastery on day 5 after the update on my Moonlander on day 1. I was so
Nice.
excited to have it, I couldn't stop playing.
What about you, Vereshchak?
Yeah, I got it in the first day. I spent
The
some
sports car on the first day.
Yeah,
Wow.
I spent a lot of gems on it. I bought some chests. They are expensive, but I'm impatient.
Yeah, impatient. That's fair enough. And you were also, yeah, no, that's okay, cool. And you've done the Moonlander now?
Yeah, of course. Yes, and now I enjoy playing with Moonlander. I tried Moon Map, and now the city. Today I got 17k, which is quite hard, I would say, but it's way easier than before.
Than
Now,
before, yeah.
yeah, now to get 10k, I would say everyone can get it with some practice.
No, not everyone.
Okay, not
You're-
everyone,
Everyone
but
like you.
Your
Not
optimism
everyone,
is
no.
amusing.
I've still only got 5k.
I haven't got anything past 6k in the city, so the Moonlander getting to 10k is not easy.
well, with masters it's way easier, but yeah,
It's easier, yes.
It's still hard.
So of the people that haven't gotten mastery yet of the supercar, I'm assuming you
Sports
are
car.
working towards it.
Well, personally, I have not had a single XP yet for both vehicles
Okay, all right.
because with my real life, I just couldn't play much. It was the end of my semester, and I'm working full time on a summer job, so
Yep.
I just
Yep,
don't
fair
really
enough.
have the time. But for the racing truck, I will try to unlock it.
And Tessa, you've been managing. Did you end up doing that exam?
Yes, on Wednesday, and
Wednesday.
I passed it.
You passed it. Good. That's all
Yes.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So,
Thank
and
you for
you're still.
asking.
Are you still going to work on the Moonlander when it comes out?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Are you going to work on the Moonlander once you finish sports car?
I'm doing both at the same time. Sometimes
doing both at
I
the same
feel
time.
like playing. Yeah, sometimes I feel like playing one of them,
Yep.
and maybe sports car, and after 10 minutes I try my under then.
Yep. Okay.
Otherwise,
right.
it's very boring, I think.
Yeah. No.
Mhm.
The sports car got like that. It just became the same over and over again. Yeah. Pete, did you want to talk?
That's the same with the Moonlander. Like the way I've been getting XP is just by going to Bill's circuit and
Yep.
doing the last track.
Yep.
Doing wheelies for like a minute and a half.
Yep.
So yeah, that can get pretty boring after a while, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
That gets very boring.
Fun for the first few times, and then it's like, oh, why am I doing this? Oh, that's right, because I have to.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah, I could do it other ways, but yeah. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Did you want to ask that next question about the favorite part of the game?
Yeah, I can ask.
Cool.
About the one they're looking forward to the most?
No. Favorite part of the game? Adventure Cups, teams.
Let me get into the questions so I can actually ask it properly. I'll start off with Cthulhu because he's always the first person. What is your favorite part of the game? Is it adventure, cups, team events, public event, or community tracks?
I still really enjoy the team events, as frustrating as they are, but I find myself playing a lot more adventure these days, and a lot less time trials.
No, I'm all about the team events too, so good man. Tessa, how about you? What's your favorite part?
I like team events as well, but sometimes I agree with Cthulhu because they are really frustrating.
Uh,
They can be when you don't have the right parts.
Or when
How
you try
about
to
you,
emulate
Velky?
somebody else.
Well, I would say some polyvalent about it. It just depends on my mood, on whether I want to play time attacks, adventure. I don't have a favorite part of the game at the moment. It's just it's switched too rapidly to have a favorite one for a decent time. So I would say, yeah, I do play a little bit of everything.
Excellent. How about you, Vereshchak? What is your favorite style of gaming?
My favorite, well, I think you all know. Of course, team events. I like to play them. It used to be adventures before, but at the moment, I like the most team events.
Yeah, as expected. We all love watching your videos too.
Well, thank you. I'm trying my best.
X23. Yeah, thank you. X236.
My favorite part is playing cups, and right after that, public events, because of the great rewards and we can get there. And then it's team events and community events, and then it's long nothing, and then it's nothing again, and then it's adventure. For me.
Adventure right down the bottom.
no.
Very.
By the sounds of it, adventure is left right out.
Yeah, that shouldn't. No, that's not for me. That's not my playing style. I like cups, quick and easy, and seeing them not increasing, and that's what I like. And the great rewards we get when opening chests. It's all about the chests.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually very surprised that nobody has picked community tracks because they are a lot of fun.
Some
Yeah.
of them are.
Yeah, some of them.
It's really random, but yeah.
I think that's what makes them so good to play, because you go in there without knowing anything. You can't watch the Vereshchak video, right?
Exactly.
You can't watch the tutorial.
No tutorial.
You can't watch the vocab tutorial. You go in there with thinking, what do I do? You set the car up, you go in, you realize it's not going to work, and you try something different. And I try and not spend any gems on the community events because you don't get any kilometers for it. So I give it 10 tries to do as best as I can, and if I finish in the top 10, I'm happy. So I like them for the randomness and ability to just test my playing skills without any help from someone outside.
And every
Well,
now and
there
then
are
on a
peop-
certain track, your competitive side comes out and somebody just beats you. So you have to get another set of tickets.
No, I don't play the extra tickets. I don't pay
Oh,
pay for extra tickets. I look at it and I go, well, I'm in the top 10. I'm happy with that.
yeah.
So yeah. JR, do you want to ask the next question?
Yes, this is an interesting question. I wanted to ask all our guests who has an alt account and how many alt accounts do you have, or how many accounts in all do you have? And would you grind for all your accounts for the mastery? Let's go first with Cthulhu.
I do not have an alt. I don't have the
Okay.
patience to do an alt, but I don't think I would do mastery on an alt, because I think if I were to do an alt, I would probably do what most people do and do a very targeted GP increase and do like mostly a team event focused account. But I've just never been motivated to do an alt.
Now it makes sense why you have finished both masteries.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, what about Tessa? Tessa mentioned she has a few accounts.
Yes, I have 3 of them, but I only getting XP on my main account. The others I play just casually, and that's it. And
Yeah.
I won't think I'll ever get any mastery on them, except maybe for some specific vehicles that I like
Yeah.
a lot, and
Yes.
that they really are worth it.
Yes,
That
that's
they
true.
make
Yeah.
mastery makes a big difference. Otherwise, I won't do that.
Yep.
Yes. That's a good idea. And
That's
Velky,
why I
what about you? Yeah?
I only have one account because a little bit like Tulu, I don't have the patience, and I also wouldn't have the time to grind for several accounts. I already don't invest enough time in the only account I have, so having multiple accounts would be like suicidal for me, or it's like no, I don't want that. I don't want that pain and suffering. One is enough.
Yeah. One is enough. Me too. One is enough. And about X236. How many accounts in all, and would you grind for mastery?
I have 3 accounts. I only played casually, mostly for team events, and I don't grind on that account. I just let it happen naturally. Whatever flies in, I will take it,
Yeah.
and that's it. And my third account is very inactive. It's a small or medium garage power account that's only for friends who created a team and said, can you help me by being here? So we have 5 members and we can start team events. So there is no real activity on that account, and so there will no mastery there. Not at all.
Yeah. And Vereshchak, before I ask you how many accounts you personally have, do you know how many Vereshchaks there are in each year?
Oh,
I'm quite
billion.
surprised that many of you guys have not only one account. So I have 3 accounts, and I think I will try to get masteries on all of those accounts, but they are not my priority. Yeah, I'm just focused on my main account.
So your main account
So
is
you're,
in a
so you're
CC
saying,
division?
Yes.
are you saying you
That's
don't
good.
have over 1,000 accounts?
That's what I wanted to ask. There are so many Vereshchaks out there.
the Vereshchak central data hub of all mother accounts of Vereshchaks.
yes, spelt in
Yeah.
about 17 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like,
Well, since last week, I actually have started playing Mastery on my alt account. But I'm not doing the sports car on the alt account. I've only gone
Just the
straight to
Moonlander.
the Moonlander, because having the 4th part on the Moonlander is one part, and then the other part about the Moonlander is that low power, low fuel usage part
The
is
fuel
just
economy thrusting.
is just amazing. So that was definitely worth grinding for. So I figured I would do that to my alt account because it may be needed in a team event one day.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, that's the only one I've unlocked. I haven't
Okay.
unlocked anything on the sports car.
Yep.
I've gotten to
Ivan.
about 40 to 50,000, and I'm like, oh, this is really tedious. I think I might give up. But the Moonlander, like you said, it only took a few hours to do, so I
Yep.
was happy with that.
Yep.
How about you, Jack Rabbit? Did you manage to get any of the Moonlander ones?
I've never attempted.
Okay.
Because
Fair enough.
from the last week's recording, I actually started using the sports car for cups, and that's when my 7,000 XP on sports car improved.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All
I
right.
think we're on to the
Well,
next question, are we?
yeah. Next
Mhm.
question.
I wanted to say something, please.
Sure.
And I'd like to thank you, Eva, because for two things. First, because I didn't know that what you said about Moonlander, that it was worth it. So I'll try to get it for my alts.
Yep.
And the other thing is because your alt is on TNT. So thank you for trying that.
Well, my alt has always been about team events, and I figured that with that update that there is, it makes the Moonlander a much more user-friendly vehicle, and it would be needed if it was ever used in another team event. So, and then the other thing is you can land on stuff without the wheels on it and not die. So that would be handy in some of those distances where you have to disconnect the wheels.
Yeah.
Yep. No, very cool. Very cool. Hey, it's been awesome playing on TNT. I'm really enjoying it. It's I'm actually scoring higher on TNT than I am on my main account. It is really sad. It is
No,
very sad.
it's not sad.
It's
It's
so
just a
funny
skill
when
issue.
it happens.
It's a skill issue.
It's a skill issue. Yeah. My alt account has more skill.
100%.
Yes. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
I
So
think it's a phenomenon. It happens to everybody. There's less pressure on your alt account,
yeah, there
so
is.
you
No.
tend to do
We've
better.
talked about why and all that sort of stuff before, but
Yeah.
I still think I'm always at least 1,000 higher on the old account. So, the next question is something that some of you have already touched on a little bit. It's what car are you looking forward to doing mastery with? Only one car. I will remind Goose that we are only picking one car because Goose couldn't pick one car. He just started telling us all the cars he didn't like. So
Thanks,
please
Eva.
just tell us one car. And I will start with X236. What car are you looking forward to having mastery on?
That's a difficult question. The obvious answer would be muscle car because it's a universal vehicle you can use for almost everything. But I think the bus has very much potential to get I don't want to say more playable vehicle, but some things that there are on the bus that should be improved. Or things that are annoying, like when you want to lose the passengers and you have to go and hit the invisible wall behind you or flip over or
Yep.
jump or whatever. That would be a great mastery feature when I could have a button and say eject and they are gone.
Ejection
That
seats,
would be great.
absolutely.
No, it's
This is
just
more
a sign
a
saying
wish now.
get out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
front
I don't
door's
know.
open.
passengers.
I don't know if it's happening, but that would be great. And I think this is a feature that is requested or wished by many of the players.
An
Nice.
evacuation button.
An
Well,
evacuation
Fingersoft
button.
is listening to the podcast, so let's hope.
Let's hope. What about you,
Watching
Vereshchak? What vehicle are you looking forward to the most?
Probably Superbike
Wow.
and muscle car, but I really want to try Superbike. I'm looking forward to it.
What would you want them to buff?
Well, that's a good question.
Sorry, I have good questions.
Yeah, I see. Probably speed, I think.
Wow.
So it can be even more faster. And downforce, I don't know. I think Fingersoft.
Yeah, I was thinking more stability.
That's what I was thinking, more stability. So you don't flip on start.
Yeah.
And I was thinking a bigger fuel tank.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Velkyrin, what about you? Which vehicle? Oh, well, you've already kind of told us the racing truck.
Well, I've already kind of talked about it, but I'm sorry that I have to pick two vehicles for this question, even though you said only pick one. But I'm loyal to my my dearest vehicles, so it's gonna be racing truck and the tank.
Yep.
For the racing truck, the buffs were somewhat leaked. So the removing of the air drag is a good thing, obviously, because it's really bring down a lot of the potential of the vehicle.
Yep.
And the only thing I am concerned about is the Sky Master mastery, because it's apparently gonna add more air control to the vehicle, but actually we don't need much air control. We just need either a bigger fuel tank, which sounds a little bit comical, but a bigger fuel tank wouldn't be that bad, or a buffs to specific tuning parts, like, for example, the winter tires.
Yep.
Because winter tires are nerfed only for the racing truck, and it's really, really frustrating to somewhat use winter tires when they are nerfed. So I would maybe think of a better utilitarian buffs than air control with some, for example, more acceleration or more grip.
The one thing with everything we've ever done in the game is every single part that we could add, we can take off. So even now with the tunes, as much as the tunes are 2020, you can still detune a car to make it faster or slower or quicker or flip more or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even with mastery, you can, even though you need to go all through all four to get the extra part, you could, in theory, turn off the extra flipping in the air.
Yeah, but that would be kind of a waste.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Understand.
Or you think about all the parts that we've maxed and how we detune stuff to make it go faster or longer or whatever. You do the same thing with mastery. There are certain parts that you might want to turn off.
For me, I would specifically buff a port for racing trucks, so either winter tires or maybe wings, like go make the duration go up to 3 seconds, for example. And about the tank, what would I choose? Would be a reducing of the total height, because it's clearly too high and it can pass certain obstacles in mountain or the overspill fun rig.
Yep.
And for the rest, I don't know. I actually have no idea.
Okay, that's all right. What about you, Tessa?
I like to. I can wait to have mastery for supercar, but I don't know what will they could improve, because I love that vehicle, and I don't know, maybe I don't know, but because I like it, the turbo, and it's really, when it works, it's really incredible. It beats many, even super bike or even muscle car.
Yep.
Sometimes. So I don't know what they would do to improve it, but I'd like to have mastery on that, on the supercar.
No, perfect. Cthulhu, what about you?
This may be the silliest question of the interview, but
Why?
tractor for sure. I want my world records back, but I think it's going to be worth it, because I cannot wait to have afterburner, wheelie boost, overcharged turbo, and nitro go off all at once. I may achieve orbit. I may actually hit orbital insertion. I think I would love to see, like,
of speed.
Yes, an explosion. I would love to see some sort of start boost for the tractor to get it moving faster, because if you're off the line, it's just a snail's pace. I would like to see a weight distribution adjustment, like the scooter. Like in tractors, you could put weights on the front to keep it down. I'd love to see a mastery level where you can change the balance. Like if you're on a wheelie map, you could change that balance more to the back. If you want to stay down for speed, more weight to the front.
Oh, I like that idea.
And
I like that.
So that's a really good idea.
I'd love to see that. I would also like to see the bucket be more functional. Like, more
Oh yeah,
aerodynamic
you're
in the
absolutely
middle.
right.
Yeah.
You want to carry
like-
crates around.
Yeah, I do. That's it. I just want to be productive.
He wants to carry octopuses for the market.
I've just got.
You could always.
So I've got an image of the bucket. You're actually doing one of the tracks that have got a bridge on it. You've got all 4 parts that Cthulhu's already mentioned. So you've got the afterburner, overcharged turbo, your nitro, and your OCT all going off at the same time, and the bucket just hitting a bridge and just flipping you straight over.
Oh, I think the bucket should be more attracted to bridges after mastery. It's just like a magnet, bridge magnet.
Yep.
I was just thinking of the aftermath of what happens to Bill when that actually happens.
Oh, I will mention with the tractor and the bridge issue with the bucket, I actually managed to get unstuck from a bridge for the first time ever last week.
Wow.
Nice. How'd you manage that?
Your luck.
That's not what I wanted to hear. I thought there was a
He's a
method.
hacker.
I kind of bounced straight up into the air, and the bucket just sort of came out, and I'm like, huh, who would have thought?
Nice.
Well, the fact that it gets caught in the bridge to start with is pure luck as well.
Yep.
Skill issue.
I've just remembered something, maybe about the tank, if I'm allowed to say something.
Sure.
Yes.
Do any of you remember the headless glitch, which I got somehow infamous about? Well, to be concise, the headless glitch of the tank was a glitch where it allowed the head to be completely inside the tank, so you were invincible.
Yep.
And that would be kind of a sick mastery for it.
Oh,
yeah, I remember.
Great.
I remember doing that early on in the game, but then never being able to repeat it. And obviously, I didn't realize it was a glitch. I thought it was a feature. And then,
it was a glitch, and I was almost got torn by SJ, so the community manager, for using it on purpose to go further in adventure. Because you could do it consistently if you hit a specific spot with a specific speed and a specific angle. You could do it. You could do it consistently, and obviously it was overpowered. So now Fingersoft finally, or I would say, made it impossible to do, even though I somehow got close to it multiple times, but it didn't work.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be a sick mastery, or maybe you could just move the position of the head, like to be more at the front, like the Super Off-Road in HTR1.
Yes.
Just to have the head like lower of the
of
the vehicle.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep.
Pete.
Next question.
Yes, please.
So, has mastery changed the way you play the game? I'll start off with X236.
Yes, it has changed the way I play the game. For my main account, as I have told earlier, I have finally something to do what is worth to do and will improve my playing experience. And for my alt account, it has changed in so many levels because mainly of the fact I can now get chests for losing a cup. So I can now kind of farm chests by losing, and it's more quickly, and I can get more coins, so I can upgrade my vehicles faster, and I can have the same levels for team event I have on my main account, so I can train my team events, and it's just awesome. And yes, it has changed the way I play the game.
Oh, good one, Velky. Vereshchak, has it changed the way you play the game?
Well, it's in some way it changed, and in some ways no. But of course, it actually changed, and a lot. And it will change even more when we get all vehicles with masteries. It's like totally new tactics to play the game. It became a bit harder to play. For example, in order to control vehicle with 3 parts, you have to have skill. But now with 4 parts, it's even harder. The vehicle became faster, and I think this is what changed the most.
Yep. Because
I thought
time-
that too, because it had changed where you land, because you're going faster. So you can't just go by memory anymore.
It's very difficult to control this.
Yeah, and timing. Like Cthulhu was talking about the tractor with the overcharged turbo, but the timing of the overcharged turbo on the tractor is just as important as the overcharged turbo. Like that 1 or 2 meters too far forward, too far back, and instead of getting a really big thrust, you get a little bit of a thrust, and you don't get to the next landing spot where you can't reapply. It's going to be a huge game changer when people start to need to change all their timing again.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you. Velky, has it changed the way you play the game?
Well, for obvious reasons, no, because I haven't played the update yet. But
right.
if I was to answer this question in a hypothetical way, I have no clue. I most of the time would just use the mastery for world record and stuff like this, but outside of this, no.
Tessa, how about you? Has it changed the way you play the game?
I haven't reached mastery yet, but I think that it hasn't changed anything for me except for the part when I use sports car or Moonlander instead of rally or supercar or any other vehicle to do cups or adventure tasks. And that's all at the moment. When I think that when I have reached mastery, I'll have reached mastery, and it will change in the way that I'll have to control speed and turbos and everything. But at the moment, I don't have to do it because I haven't reached mastery yet.
How about you, Cthulhu?
It has definitely changed how I have played the game a bit. It gives me something to do. Again, it's like end game content.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gives me something more to do, but I think in reality, I think my favorite part is it's making me excited for the vehicles again. And the reason I say that is the sports car was literally my least favorite car. Like I never played the sports car ever. I hated it. It's just motocross and sports car have been tied for last. And now with the mastery, it's a different car. It's playable, it's fun, and like you really do attain mastery with it because you have to focus to grind the XP. So you're really like mastering the vehicle while you're grinding the XP. So like for me, I think it's that excitement over to like, oh, I can't wait to do this map, or I can't wait to, go for my adventure records with Moonlander with 4 parts. That's amazing. So I think it's going to bring a lot of excitement for the new vehicles as they unlock for people who are in endgame. Like above 9K GP that really they're just dripping coins and we need something to do, it's going to make the vehicles exciting again.
I'm gonna have to try and change your mind on the motocross. It's actually a really
Terrible.
fast vehicle.
Oh, it's really
Try
complete garbage.
running a few cups with wings, landing boost, and coin boost, and get back to me. See how you like it.
You can't make me. You're not my real dad.
You can't make me.
It's actually pretty fast. It surprised me. Jackrabbit, do you want to take the next questions?
Yes, the next question is, has the game in general been improved by this update? I will start with Cthulhu.
Absolutely, and for the better. I actually told Reese right after release that I feel like this is the biggest update since Teams, and it's going to have a lot more impact than Teams ever did. I think it's greatly improved. I think it's made it, it makes cups a lot more approachable when you're not losing points. Like going backwards in cups was terrible for years. And it's made it a lot more approachable as it's lowering the bar for entry for certain vehicles, and it's making it more enjoyable for like new players. And then all of the end content is just huge. So I think it's really improved for the better.
Yeah, that's good. And Tessa, do you think that it has improved?
Yeah, I agree with Cthulhu with everything he said.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Velky, what are your thoughts on the update? Did it improve the game in general?
Well, I have I have mixed feelings because on the one hand, yes, it's been improved because if I stopped playing for quite a long time, it's because I thought that I had no purpose in the game, because I thought the game was kind of slowly dying over and over, and it needed a big flame, a big ignition to make it really a lot. And yes,
Yeah.
Mastery definitely did help that, even though it's only for a couple of vehicles actually at the moment, but it will have more in the future. However, there has been really a lot of negative reviews for the competitive side of HTR2 because a lot of players who have grinded dozens, if not hundreds of hours for 3 parts records like Sports Car or Moonlander or so are, I would say, not angry, but maybe more afraid of what could happen. And I already had in mind, why not make a separate leaderboard for 3 parts records and 4 parts records, or no mastery records and mastery records, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not for the people to keep their record for themselves, but not to see all the time and dedication put into a record be just vanished in an instant.
I think that will be hard to separate records with 3 parts and 4 parts, but who knows, right?
Who knows? But I personally don't see it coming. I really have a big doubt. And if Fingersoft didn't do that for Sports Car and Moonlander, it won't be done in the future.
Yeah. And what about X? Has it improved the game in general with this update?
In my opinion, it's not only about mastery, it's also about the new cup theme, Savannah. It's also about getting chests for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place in cups. And yes, this is a good update. This is perfect. And for mastery, the problem in my opinion is a new player or a mid GP player kind of feels forced to get this everything to be competitive. And that's not the case somehow. You can always, how to say that, in the current team event with the sports car, you can get great times when you just use the kangaroo setup on T1. And for non-kangaroo players like me, I'm happy I have 4 slots now, and I can apply nitro, I can apply afterburner, I can apply coin boost, and I can apply fuel boost, and I get competitive results. So I don't want to say it, but it's a skill issue. It's a skill issue for me, and
Yeah.
I'm happy I have four slots now. And those who have only 3 can also always beat me. I'm not, how to say that? Yes and no. It has advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But in
I hear
fact,
what you're saying.
it
From
the ability to have 4 parts gives a new element to the game. And also the
Yes.
3 levels before that. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good update.
with my understanding though, I mean, my thoughts on mid-level players is mid-level players who are working their way up the ranks in GP are also doing mastery for the vehicles they've got without having to do mastery. Do you know what I mean? They're not doing mastery
Yeah,
because they need.
they let it grow naturally.
They're growing
And
naturally.
if you are at 6 or 7K garage power, you have so much ahead of time and
Of course, of
effort
course.
you have to put in, and it will come naturally. There is
Yeah.
no need to hurry unless you want to try in a CC team or Division 1 team and want to be competitive.
Yep. Yep.
But those players who can play with 5, 6, 7K GP in such a division, they are already skilled and they are gifted with
Yeah.
their skills.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether they had 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, or 10 parts. They would
That's the
beat
point.
you. Yeah, they would
Yeah.
beat you with one arm tied
Yeah,
behind their back.
that's the thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask Vereshchak. Do you think this update has improved the game in general?
Of course, it had been improved. I would say this is the same update as Tuning Park back then, because it's really huge. And I know that one thing that many players were complaining about, that they're going to lose their world records. And I totally understand them. But it's also not fun when records should stay like for 100 years without being beaten. I think things should change, and the records are meant to be broken. So it had been improved.
And if they want it that bad, they can always try again.
Of course.
Because they can also get the 4th part, so it's not going to be the end of the world.
That's true.
Well, the 4th part, will, in Vereshchak's own words, it'll make it easier.
For everyone.
Not for everyone. Make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, take it easy.
For a middle GP player, it makes you weigh up where do you want to spend your coins. Do you want to pay the extra for the 4th part, or do you want to? It's a decision they're going to have to make.
Well, as a middle GP player now, you're going to have to make a decision as to whether you want to update the car completely or not. I mean, that was the thing with alt players and alt accounts. Most people who had alt accounts never maxed their tuning parts. The last
It was always
2
stop at 17 or 18.
17 or 18.
Yeah.
So, they're going to have to do that, but also they're going to have to pay for the in coins for the mastery. So, there's 4 million in coins for every mastery, plus the hours of play, plus all the other bits, plus getting your car to tuning parts 2020. So it's a big investment in both time and coins to get to that level. But if you're doing that much work, you're obviously doing it to do something and better yourself in the game, which in playing the game and doing all this work, you're going to get better at the game anyway. I do have a question. How many here are YouTubers?
Only Yura.
Several of us.
This is where we all talk at once.
Oh, sorry.
Not
Is
me.
it,
Obviously, no one. Yes, no one does it. No.
I thought X, you do some YouTube, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to grow my channel and do some stuff people want to
Okay.
watch. I'm trying.
All right. So in that
Yes.
case, this is a question specifically for Vereshchak then.
I agree.
Will you be doing videos that have both 3 slots and 4 slots?
Oh wow. Do you mean for team events or in general?
Yeah, for team events.
Well, I don't really know. I'm thinking about it actually, because many players already asked me to make video with 3 parts.
Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe I will make video with only 3 parts. So
Mhm.
many other players who hasn't unlocked masteries.
Yep.
It's gonna be easier for them. So I understand.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Because I suppose the part of the question I wanted to ask before, which was something that Maury was asking, Maury was talking about last episode, was that this is going to change the top 10 or 15 teams in the CC division, having mastery or not having mastery, and those teams that are already fighting tooth and nail to stay in the top 10, it's going to make that battle even harder. Is that your thoughts, Cthulhu? Oh, sorry.
I think. Yeah,
Anybody
I think
can
it's
answer,
going to
but I was
make it.
just
I think it's going to make it more granular. It's going to make it suddenly the jump from 10K to 15K makes sense. Like
Yep.
a 3-part person might be able to get 10, 11K. Somebody with 4 is going to get near 15. Like that's going to make that top 10 team division much more granular, and it might actually
Yep.
put some space, but it's also going to be like super competitive.
So the question is, I suppose for the CC players, is this going to be necessary for CC teams?
Oh yeah.
Is there a requirement to join a CC team? You did
I
not
think
hear
it
it
will
from
be.
me. You did not hear it from me.
No, because currently people are, teams are posting, with so many GP or show us your scores or whatever. I suppose the next question I'll be asking is, is mastery needed to be able to be in the top teams?
For the very
Now-
elite, I think it will be. But for the average, like Division 1 teams, no, just scores are important.
Tessa, what
I
about you?
think
You've
that-
had
Yeah, I think that in the long run, every CC team will ask for mastery. But now there are only two vehicles
2
with
vehicles. Yep.
with mastery. So at the moment, it's not important. But
Yep.
we've used sports cars only once in
Yep.
this event with mastery. But since mastery appeared, but now it doesn't matter. But later, I think CC teams will ask for mastery in every
Yep.
vehicle.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think something that-
Vereshchak, what do you think?
What I am think? I think in CC teams, everyone have players that will max masteries on all vehicles, and there will be always players who doesn't. So
Yep.
I think, for example, if GM Empire have 10 players that have all masteries, and GM Discord also have 10 players, so it doesn't really affect in team events scores because
okay. All right.
I think you get the point.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I suppose what's going to be the difference is it's not about the top 10 players. It's not about the top 10 teams. It's probably about the bottom 25 teams in CC that may not have all their players or 10 of their players with mastery. Because it's the top 15 scores that make a team win or lose a match. You know, if you can get your top players in the top 15 scores, you've basically won the match. So 10 decent players against a team of 30 that, you know, are not so good. It's already a one-sided game already. But like you said, there's a balance. Both teams in those top levels are going to have people with mastery and people who know how to use them. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to see the start of 50 and 60k scores.
Maybe.
I also see this slightly differently. There's going to be some tracks where having that fourth part is more of a hindrance, especially with the timing of an overcharged turbo, where you've got to be in the exact spot to time that. Now, if you're coming into that slightly quicker, you've lost that entire extra distance you're going to get with the timing of that. Same as it could be anything. It's just hitting any landing, even with landing boost. If the timing's slightly out, especially if you've got a climb boost pushing it into an extra spot, it might actually be quicker still only having 3 parts instead of actually having 4, depending on the track and depending on what vehicle you're using.
Interesting. All right. So one of the last questions we had was will you do mastery for all the vehicles in time? So there's 28 vehicles. That's one a month. There's a lot of time between now and finishing. But will you do all the vehicles? Is the question, I suppose. Cthulhu, what about you?
Oof, that's a tough one. I ideally, yes. Ideally, it would be let's do them all. But I know that there's going to be certain vehicles that are just going to be super tough, like monowheel. That's going to be tough.
Monowheel.
Well,
And like
everyone thought that
Moto.
the Moonlander was going to be tough.
Well, that's true. They might do something similar with the Moto to make, it seems like all the vehicles are getting like new skills out of the mastery. So it could change things enough there.
Yep. Okay. Tessa, what about you?
I think I'll try. Eventually, I'll get all mastery for all my vehicles, but in the long run, I'm not in a hurry. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. I'll make it fast for the vehicles that I think they are worth it. But otherwise, I won't be in a hurry. And I'm in Division 1, so it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, fair enough. Velky, what about yourself?
Yeah, so only 4 of them. So tank, racing truck, tractor, and beast.
Beast. Oh wow.
Oh, beast.
Tractor,
nice.
yes, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Yeah, beast, because I think that Little Trash Camp has a lot of potential, but it needs to be unlocked.
Yes, I agree. It is quite fast. Once getting it moving. Vereshchak, I'm assuming you're going to be a yes to all the vehicles.
Of course, I'm going to to have masteries on all vehicles, and I think I'll be the first one who will get it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that as well. So, But the 28 vehicles, and we're currently doing one every 3 or 4 weeks. That's 2 more years of gameplay.
Yeah.
One every 28 days, I believe.
Mm. That's two and a bit years of gameplay, which is great for us people with almost maximum GP car accounts and something to do. What about you, X236?
Of course, I will do every mystery. I'm happy I can do something.
Yep. No, very cool. Very
Yep,
cool.
that's all I have to say. That's a no-brainer. Yes. Yes.
All right. So as a last thing, I suppose I don't really want to do that yes vote because I think we're all going to be on the same boat here.
Mhm.
All right, Pete, did you want to? Did you have anything else to add?
Vereshchak, I was wondering, would you like to come back for your own episode sometime?
Well, I
Yes.
think yes.
Yes.
I would love to.
Excellent.
I am clapping. I'm clapping. Thank
Me
you so
too.
much. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Now,
I will let you
did
know
you?
why I'm so happy.
I don't know when, but I
We
hope.
will work it out.
Yes, we'll figure something out.
Did you want me to
Yes.
bring my interpreter friend?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. She had a really good time last time, even though she has no idea about the game. She's never played the game, but she enjoyed the cheese and wine.
That's nice.
So, all right, I'll endeavour to get her back as well, so that way you feel a bit more comfortable. How's that?
Okay, good for me.
Perfect. All right. Well, on that note, I suppose it's time to wrap this up. I wanted to say a really, really, really big thank you to Vereshchak for coming on. It surprised a few of our previous guests, and it's made our night complete. So thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
That was always going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
It's our pleasure to have you here.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed it is. A big thank you to X236.
I thank for having me. It was wonderful to be again here.
Yes, we're
was
so
good to have
happy
you
to
back.
hear from you again.
Or
Yes.
I think we need to do a follow-up episode with X236 and Minstrel because the new Never Have I Ever wasn't written for Minstrel. So
That's a
we could,
shame. How dare
sorry.
you? No, nothing.
Oh,
Can move on.
I will ask X if he has improved on his jump shit when he comes back. Okay,
You
X?
can ask. You can always ask. Yeah, sure. I think I would even say yes a bit, but I'm not
Yes,
sure.
a bit.
Oh, that's so good
Yes,
to
a bit.
hear.
It's a bit.
Thank you
I'm
very
getting more
much.
comfortable.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to Velky. Thank you very much for coming back, Velky. It's been
Thanks to
it's
you.
been really good to have you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure for me too.
Thank you. Tessa, like always, I really appreciate everything you've done for both me, the game, and our podcast. Thank you so much for being back.
Thank you for being a good friend and a good teammate to me.
Yep.
And thank you for having me here too. It's been a pleasure, a real pleasure.
Thank you. And lastly, thank you very much, Cthulhu.
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 Thank you so much for having me. I was really pleased to see everybody on board. I'm really happy to see Vereshchak on the podcast. I would
Yep.
ask that Vereshchak make the rest of us stop making the rest of us look so bad. I mean, give us a little wiggle room, a little bit. But I'm really
Do not
super
master
pleased to be
every
here. Thank
vehicle
you.
on the first day. Very shocked.
You're asking for too much this time, Tulu.
All right. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you again to everybody. Thank you for Pete. Thanks to Pete and JR for all the work they do in the background. Thanks to Goose for jumping in at the last minute. And if you're still listening, please like and subscribe to our podcast. This is our 51st episode. We skipped over that the last episode. Our last episode was our 50th. Happened to be a special episode as well. We're really proud of where we've come and how far we've come from our first ever episode. It's been great to have everybody who's been on already, and we're looking forward to getting to know more people in the future. So keep an ear out. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.